Villager, it just feels like no matter what matchup you're on, no matter how hard camp the matchup is, you know, zoner versus zoner, at the end of the day, like, you're hard committed to it. You just don't have the movement speed or the buttons on approach to be the aggressive player in any zoner on zoner matchup. So maybe I'm wrong though. Who knows? I've barely seen any Villager play. Let's find out. But game 1, SeVeR versus Emb3r. Let's see. So. I'm not sure I understand the bowling ball off the start of the stage. The charge charge though, yeah, definitely classic Samus stuff. Got to make sure you've got that threat online at all times. And SeVeR is very slippery with that charge shot as well, known to kind of just bounce around, use that double jump out of it to really mix up the momentum and get that charge a little bit at a time. Oh, just upbeat out of the grab, no punish for it there. Seen that upbeat come out a couple of times just to get out of some sticky situations. This matchup is being played from a closer range than I was initially expecting here. Using the Lloyd dash back so the Lloyd gets out the grab.
No, I'll plug it back.
That's a neat little mix up there, but Samus now. SeVeR has the ledge. Missed a charge shot, but pretty much got all that charge right back immediately afterwards. Emb3r back onto the ledge here. Lloyd out. There's so many ways that, like, the delay on Villager's projectiles just let you set up so many weird combos with said projectiles. It's really interesting to watch. You gotta be really clever, I feel like, to play that character. Emb3r, the slingshot, taking SeVeR off stage here, just pelting SeVeR every step of the way with a slingshot, but the up B gonna get SeVeR back a little bit of control of that situation, but maybe relying on her a little bit too much there in a couple of these scenarios. Shields up just in time for the charge shot, and SeVeR now doesn't have a charge shot on deck. Emb3r can play a little bit more aggressively here and not have to worry about that threat, but only until SeVeR is able to push them out long enough to recharge it. And you're seeing that's kind of the objective. Grab goes the wrong direction. That is no good. Now SeVeR's on the ledge. These bowling balls are not quite catching the mark on that tether, but the up smash is. Emb3r is going to find themselves a stock up. Yeah, you see Emb3r a lot with the bowling ball today, with the bowling ball off stage. And, in some matchups it works great, but there are others that kind of slip past that bowling ball range very quickly. But, I guess you can make up for that if you got good timing, right? Timing is where it's at.
Timing is everything.
How's it going?
It's going. I'm here. I'm having a good time.
You got a co-commentator here on the mic. That bowling ball did hit. Tether didn't click the ledge.
Wow, Emb3r up 3 stocks to SeVeR.
Yeah, this is a rough spot for SeVeR to be in at the moment. Emb3r playing really, really strong. We saw that, upset Kyle just last set as well.
Obviously, Emb3r looking very, very strong this tournament.
Yeah.
Honestly, after watching last set, he's probably my favorite to take the whole thing. But
look at that pressure too from the slingshot, the potted plant, like.
So we're just not being able to move at all.
Sometimes Villager feels kind of wimpy, kind of a character you can walk over, but I'm telling you, you give them like a platform, like here on Pokemon Stadium, and sometimes they just feel like an artillery platform. They're just launching projectiles at all kinds of weird angles. You don't even know how you're going to get in. Oh, he's got a bomb too. Emb3r has a bomb in pocket. I'm not sure what we do with that.
You do that. You cover your landing.
Okay. Smart thinking.
Fair killing, yes. Okay, SeVeR finally getting a stock on the board, but he has a lot of time to make up here.
Yeah, there is still a mountain to climb here for Emb3r, or for SeVeR rather.
Yeah.
Emb3r, the turnip's coming out now too. Look at that, just follow up too. There's so little room to breathe. SeVeR, doing their best to slip through wherever possible, but the opportunities to do so are extremely limited.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, the only thing that is more frustrating to fight against than a Villager that wants to zone you out the whole game is a Villager that wants to zone you out the whole game and has a lead.
Easily.
It's you can see Emb3r's, for the most part, just has the opportunity to pick their battles. Doesn't really need to commit to anything unless they know they have a hit. SeVeR, though, for starting to find their way back into it, finding these small opportunities Emb3r is giving up and at least getting the percentage right. Wow, the very narrow spacing here. Charge shot can land point blank.
Okay, SeVeR evening out a little bit. I mean, this is a big deficit.
Yeah, but just really the bomb, just using the bomb hover for as long as possible to wait out those bowling balls, because you have to. That bowling ball absolutely killed you this percent. Charge shot going to actually kill. Caught Emb3r maybe just taking it a little too easy up on that platform.
So SeVeR has brought the stocks down to even, but that is a very, very big percent difference.
Yeah. Oh, the
Slingshot
tether.
gonna just seal it.
The tether actually, that initial burst of momentum drags SeVeR into the sweet spot at the base of that slingshot. And it's going to be Emb3r's game there with a stock remaining. That said, though, if you're SeVeR right now, right? Like, okay, yeah, the first part of that game went rough, but if you were able to bring it back and equalize the stocks after being down by that much, you've at least got the matchup, you know, figured out on what you need to do. Maybe not good enough to say, okay, I'm definitely going to win game 2, but enough that you believe you can, right? Like,
yes, easy.
That's, you know, sometimes it takes a whole game. That's why we do best of 3, we do best of 5. Sometimes it takes a whole game to figure out exactly what you need to be doing in that matchup or against that player.
Sometimes it takes a whole 2 games. That's where we see those lovely reverse 3-0s. Going back to PS2.
You see, without that lead to play with, Emb3r playing a lot zonier, a lot more pressure, but still, like, you know, close range. But just using projectiles to wall out.
Of course.
Your number one concern here is just the charge shot economy. Emb3r needs to stop charge shot from being on deck for as long as possible, and SeVeR needs to get that up as quickly as possible to have that threat to play with.
Exactly. Charge shot beats a lot of villagers' options just outright. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that does make, you know, it makes Samus a very effective counter zoning character, because in a lot of matchups, that charge shot does just beat other options, no problem.
Yep.
Still, like, relatively even. Emb3r, you know, eking out a little bit of a percentage lead here. Just that slingshot play, just so immaculate. There's just not a whole lot of room for Emb3r to get in, or for SeVeR to get in.
Yeah.
They both end in ER, and it's really tripping me up. I apologize.
SeVeR, it's okay.
The standing dodge out of the way of the tether, though, able to relieve that pressure a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh man, even when you have a confirm, like even when you have the trajectory perfect, there's a Lloyd there, just blocks your charge shot. That has got to be frustrating.
I can't imagine.
Oh.
Wow. Lloyd explosion.
Does that get stronger if it explodes at like max range?
You know, I'm sure it does, but I don't know.
Because that felt like it. Lloyd usually doesn't kill. Maybe I don't. Maybe I haven't played this character enough. I don't know. In any case, Emb3r now with a stock lead to work with, and just expanding that lead second by second here. This definitely seems like a matchup Emb3r is very comfortable in.
Yep.
SeVeR has a ledge here, though. This might be a chance to get a stock. The bomb actually bounced SeVeR above the down smash there, but still a ton of pressure.
Up throw killing. Armors through the Lloyd, too.
That timing was perfect, too, because the grab went through the Lloyd, and then the throw was exactly on point to armor through it as well. It's, you got to really know your timing for that.
Definitely.
SeVeR just pressuring that platform out. You know, that is the downside of being up on that platform, is if SeVeR can get under you. Samus has some pretty good ways to pressure platforms once they're, like, you know, under you.
Yeah.
Fair, up air, there's a lot to worry about, but the problem is getting there. Emb3r has been a wall the entirety of this match, and it's just, you know, the frustration has got to be piling on here. Charge shot gonna actually, we got a charge shot to confirm hit there though.
Wow,
Ooh.
missile, reflecting missile.
Yep, pocket missile. We know Emb3r or SeVeR's gotten a couple of solid charge shots in though, like, and actually landed them. If that can happen a few more times, I mean,
yeah,
those things do a lot of damage and kill.
The down smash, yep, taking it. All right, so,
evened it up.
Yeah, SeVeR ended up evening this out pretty easily. It's what he does with this last stock field that's really going to count.
Yeah, the perfect height for that charge shot to still hit over the Lloyd.
Yep.
Emb3r now just rolling out as hard as possible with that slingshot. Just really navigating so well around SeVeR's movement. SeVeR, for his credit though, sticking to Emb3r really well, just actually landing these hitboxes on the target as slippery is not easy. We do see a big charge shot with here that could shift the momentum a little bit, because Emb3r has a little bit of time to play more aggressively, but SeVeR actually able to fall back and get most of that charge back up. So
yeah.
So those turnips. Air dodge didn't quite make it through. Emb3r now has the ledge again. This time the up out of shield is going to connect on that Nair. Emb3r buying back as much space as possible, able to get back on that platform. He interrupted the charge too.
Yeah.
Had to reset SeVeR's charge. Just nickel and diming SeVeR for everything. And SeVeR just trying to, but you know, SeVeR just needs to find a few big hits though.
Yeah,
right?
because Samus definitely has bigger hits than Villager does. I think most of the time, at least. Obviously, the axe and stuff are beasts,
Yeah.
bowling balls. But I mean, you know, Samus blow for blow, I think trades with Villager pretty well. Just the issue is these are 2 projectile zoners, and one of them is clearly putting more work in than the other.
Oh,
Not
the
dead yet though.
throw.
Samus is heavy.
Yep. Navigates around the bowling ball as well. Not going to get jabbed. Okay, wait. What on earth? Is that just going to...
The game will just freeze up.
It doesn't kill though, right? It doesn't kill though,
No, the
right?
jab doesn't.
It nearly did though. Wow,
It's a
just...
lot of damage.
It is, but SeVeR didn't die. And that's the important takeaway there. There's so many ways SeVeR could have died off that
SeVeR
interaction.
has a lot of rage now to work with too.
Oh, we have lost our... There we go, we are back. Dropping the bomb stage, trying to put as much pressure out as possible. Emb3r delayed for so long to get back to ledger. Is a charge shot, basically charged. I think it's gone now though. That looked like it came out.
Yep.
Oh, SeVeR just...
SeVeR holding on for dear life. Right
Holding
now.
on at 188% though for so long. Like, look at that, just patience and that safe play, that mobility.
Yeah, Lloyd. It's
But
gonna do it.
there were no good answers there. With the pot coming low and just no way to get back at that hit, and the Lloyd coming high, at that point they're just... Emb3r finally found that unbeatable situation.
Yep.
And yeah, we are best of 5 in the bracket now, correct? Because we're on winners semis.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So yeah, we are going to best of 5.
This is best of 5, and this is for winners finals.
Yeah. So you know, that game though looked a lot closer for SeVeR. Looked a lot closer. So I would not be surprised if there's just enough there for SeVeR to get back into this game here and even take at least one of these games this set. Still staying on PS2. I guess both characters fairly comfortable, or I guess SeVeR at least fairly comfortable at this stage.
Yep. Despite previous results, obviously, but
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's something to be said for comfort stages, you know? Like,
yeah.
being on your comfort stage can definitely help in a lot of ways. SeVeR actually really getting in. Like, you've seen more of the boxing tools from SeVeR come out, actually more aggressive play, instead of trying to fall back and charge shot. And it seems to be working. I mean, this last game we saw Emb3r run away with leads pretty early, and then SeVeR had to kind of claw his way back. But now, a little bit different of a story here than
Man, nice. Excellent edge guard from SeVeR right there.
Yeah, SeVeR's movement right now, it definitely seems like staying in a little bit closer is working for him at the moment. Emb3r's going to need to find some kind of adaptation there to deal with that. The thing about Villager is Villager's got some okay boxing buttons, but you know, pretty limited options. You kind of know what they're going to look for in those pressure situations. Nair out of shield, you know, try to get Lloyd up to make a trade. Maybe a slingshot if they can establish just as much range and fade away. SeVeR though has a lot of options up close in comparison. One turnip, you know, that's one of those moments where you're like, come on, where's my RNG? If that had been 3,
Where's
I
my
get stock.
3?
Yeah.
You're dead. Ooh, nice charge shot there.
Tom Nook, I demand to know where my turnips are. Ooh, bomb on ledge?
Wow. Missile. Bomb on ledge into missile. Interesting.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't kill, but it was a ton of ledge pressure.
That is crazy. SeVeR going a little bit crazy right now.
Yeah, you can see SeVeR's playing a totally different game plan this game by trying to stay more aggressive here.
Yep.
Worrying about the charge shot later and just working on getting the hits and the
And
percentage.
again, this is like what I was saying earlier. Is I mean, like blow for blow, up close. Like Samus has so many more options than Villager does.
Yeah.
And so much more reward off of landing those hits as well. So I can see SeVeR's decision to do this.
Yeah.
Kind of pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah, that means Emb3r's going to have to work twice as hard now to maintain that wall because there's just so much effort being put into breaking through it.
Yes. Ooh.
You can drift so far with it uppy. It's actually kind of insane.
And she lands very fast.
Yeah, you can vary up the fall speed with it too. I've seen that. Like, you can mix up falling through the platform or not. The landing lag's not terrible.
Alright, I'll leave it as is for now.
A lot of projectile pressure. This slingshot gonna take the stock.
Really slingshot.
Yeah, I swear, between like Villager, like as a character, kind of just being representative of a build your own character in Animal Crossing, and the fact that there's so many different projectiles and static things that pop up when you're playing against Villager, it kind of feels like you're just playing against like the projectiles more so than the character sometimes, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not Villager, it's Lloyd, Emb3r, and Slingshot. That's who you're playing against. Villager's just there to narrow out a shield sometimes. Oh no, the balloons!
Someone really wanted that, like really, really bad.
Yeah, tried to pop the balloons there, and I think there was a moment there where both balloons actually were popped, but an errant hitbox also hit Emb3r and allowed him to use his recovery again.
Yep. I definitely saw the free fall animation start, so.
Bombs on ledge, trying to set up this situation for the charge shot, but Emb3r being a lot more cautious than last time that caught him.
Missing an uppy again.
Pixels. So close. Emb3r just kind of the opposite situation we saw last game, where Emb3r now is the one holding onto a stock at a high percent. Tooth and nail, and SeVeR's got to deal with it. Uppy went through the bowling ball.
Yep.
SeVeR found his hit though, got Emb3r off stage. Another fair that is going to kill.
That's going to take it, okay.
SeVeR found the adaptation, figured out how to get back into that match, and is now 1-2.
So we're taking that first step towards a comeback.
Yep, first step, but a journey is made of many steps, or in this case, exactly 3.
Yeah, long road ahead of them. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, I love the adaptation there. You know, we saw some, you know, like don't get me wrong, I love watching zoners play zoners. You know, just watching them, you know, just shoot stuff across the map at each other. I love it. But you know, so we had some good old-fashioned get in and brawl that game. You know, get in and hit some close range buttons, and yeah, that's classic Smash Brothers.
Yep. It's definitely indicative of Dark Samus as well.
Yeah. So this stage pick, I believe Emb3r did this stage pick against Kyle as well in their previous set. And it perplexes me a little bit, because as far as my understanding goes, which is very little, you know, you would think Villager would want larger stages to be able to camp out further, but Yoshi's is about as small as a stage can get, space and blast zone wise. Oh, wow. Not quite dead, though. Oh, went for the spike with the homie wall, and Yoshi's there for the tech. Save me from this mistake.
Wow, SeVeR looking very clean right here. Very clean.
Yeah, just almost unapproachable at this point, it feels like. Emb3r's having trouble getting back to the ledge even. Able to make it back to center stage at least for now. And can finally play the game.
Yeah, for now. How long can Emb3r keep this up though?
I mean,
like for a decent amount of time, yeah.
Yeah, 50% and counting, I mean. Oh, the nair though off the platform. SeVeR found that opening. SeVeR's playing like a lot more patient this game than previous game even, and just like taking their time to look for the opening and then hit. And I mean, that's how you got to play against Villager. Villager just wants to slow the game down on you, but you just kind of have to play slow and find those holes.
Yeah.
It's like every 2 seconds you're on a platform, Villager's popping up like, hey, slingshot.
Hello, how you doing?
Reflex check.
Ooh, that was an odd trade there.
You know, that's why zoners are so, like, that's why people dislike zoners so much in this game, I feel like. It's not the fact that they zone you out. Like, yeah, that's frustrating. It's that every zoner has, like, a bunch of weird little properties in their projectiles that you gotta look out for, and it's like, there's like a knowledge check portion to the matchup. Grab, up throw.
Up throw killing. Yoshi's story.
Yeah, like, Yoshi's, very short top blast zone. You can die off top real early. 116, I mean, like, Emb3r is racking up the hits. The thing is, though, is that so far in this set, they've been, you know, best at racking up, you know, hits and racking on the percentage. Taking stocks has always taken a little bit longer, even at 133, you know. Oh, well,
okay.
Shows what I know, bowling ball.
There you go, bowling ball, 133.
That is something to think about, you know, if, let's say Kalos was banned in the stage selection, this is like the only other remaining stage with flat edges, right? Like, maybe that's just it. Just knowing you have that consistent win condition with bowling ball off stage is the reason you take this. I respect that.
Now again, Samus can drift a lot with for up B, so I think you can up B outside of bowling ball range and go over it as it's falling.
Yeah, there's definitely a room to maneuver around that for sure, but if you get forced to recover too low, that may just be the stop. So much projectile pressure once again. Just locks you in shield, and sometimes locks you in shield for so long that you have no option but to get grabbed. SeVeR going way out. Look at that.
Everyone went blue anytime anybody hit.
Not quite no tech on that either. Put the back air out. So much to concentrate on for SeVeR here. There's always something else to think about. A Lloyd or an errant projectile or just, you know, up air. Up throw, not gonna kill there.
Not killing there.
Didn't that kill earlier?
Yes.
Interesting.
It is 4 DI.
Could be, could be. Charge shot though, absolutely gonna finish that stock up. And SeVeR now has, you know, in most matchups you'd say this is like maybe a half stock advantage at the end of the day, but in this matchup, I mean, Emb3r has historically needed to do a lot of damage this set to find the stocks. So look at that. Now Emb3r's the one stuck up on the platform, and SeVeR the one constantly sharking.
I mean, hey, that Samus up air is super good for sharpening the platforms.
The up air is, the back air is super safe on shield, you know, the nair ain't bad.
Yeah, ain't bad either. Nice to be on shield there.
That shield's getting mighty small, but luckily Lloyd never breaks, whenever shield breaks is what I should say. Always have that extra, you know, defensive option to block a projectile.
The majority of my diet.
Emb3r trying to find that bowling ball, but no luck there. SeVeR's been doing a very good job of maneuvering around the timing for that. Charge shot fair off stage. This might be SeVeR's chance. Has another charge shot on deck. Emb3r going low just to stay safe, which makes sense.
Yep. A lot of bombs.
Yeah.
A cool color,
once again, SeVeR lost the chance for a minute. Has it right back here again. Has the ledge. Charge shot going to whiff. Emb3r trying to go high. Oh. It's so much damage though. The fair. Oh.
Okay, it is 2-2 now.
2-2. And if anything, on the stage that Emb3r picked there, SeVeR ended up with even more of an advantage. I think the just the inability to, you know, establish that space that we saw earlier on PS2 might have been part of that problem, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Definitely benefits for Yoshi's story as well. So. Especially when you're playing a character that, you know, kind of struggles to kill a little bit, having closer blast zones can be a good thing just to make sure that when you do land your big hits that don't always kill, they do kill.
Yep. I was going to say, we're going back to Yoshi.
What a town. I guarantee you the bans are FT Carlos.
Yeah.
Guarantee you. Alright, so this is the real test for SeVeR here. SeVeR was, you know, able to eke it back on PS2. Won convincingly on Yoshi's. This is a very large stage. This is the real test of if that aggressive playstyle is going to work here, or if Emb3r, with this additional space, is going to just be able to successfully wall SeVeR out for long enough.
Yeah.
Oh, so that has one
up air to up B, that's a solid, nearly 40%.
Yeah, no, it's rare, but...
Yeah, the Emb3r actually, you know, playing a little bit closer than we've seen previously in the set, but doesn't seem to be super working out at the moment. Oh, big grab. SeVeR looks so strong right now. The Lloyd there just to block that, but fair.
They're killing. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Lloyd not there to block fair. Man, SeVeR with the clean 0 to death interaction there.
Yep.
Staying dodge. Emb3r has damage on the board, and it's the villager jab, so it's, you know, it's worth quite a bit.
Yeah, you definitely hit a lot of those, as we saw a few games ago.
Another one. Emb3r now having a little bit easier of a time getting out and establishing that wall, but just still losing out to SeVeR's boxing tools and that close range and that middle distance even. Look at that. There's just not a Okay, Nair out of shield, at least breaks the pressure. Not quite. SeVeR just reading these defensive options, the get-ups and everything.
Yep.
I mean, just so much. Looking pretty hard to beat.
Wow.
Or just lets it
Sniper,
fly.
the sniper.
You know, and that's brave to do against a character that you know has not just a reflector, but a reflector that stores the item that they can shoot back later. Oh, SeVeR going way out. Is SeVeR gonna try to like just finish this here? You've got the extra stock, right? Yeah, didn't quite work out, but you know, you gotta respect the attempt. You got the extra stock to go for.
I mean, SeVeR did not seem happy doing that either.
Yeah. But I mean, you got to think about that risk reward there, right? You 3-stock somebody this late in the bracket, you're feeling pretty good for the rest of this, for the rest of the bracket,
After
right?
the tournament is over, everyone who made top 8, come see me.
Oh, just barely weaving out there. SeVeR air dodging in to get past that Lloyd, just staying evasive at long range.
Yep.
Back air too, out of shield, just wow. The bravery there to not shield or do anything with that Lloyd
I know.
on top of you, just like that is some stone-faced stoicism right there. You're not even remotely worried. Up throw, not quite gonna kill here. This is Yoshi's though.
Yeah. Yeah, Yoshi's though.
Jab two.
Jab, killing. SeVeR with the reverse 3-0
Reverse
on Emb3r.
3-0.
Oh my gosh, he made the adaptations, he made the changes. He
And
did
the-
it.
And then killing on game 3 or game 5 with the jab 2,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just
Yeah, SeVeR looked incredibly clean game 5.